If that is the case, let me play to you one hypocritical, is he a student or a scholar? He works for Bayina Institute under Numan Ali. So I'm going to play his video and you see how hypocritical they sound and how foolish they can be. You check it. I'm playing his video now. I can assume he's from Ghana from the way his name is. So let's see what he also said.
The Quran does have certain precedents over Hadith when it comes to receiving certain blessings for reciting it, but when it comes to legislation, authentic Hadith and the Quran are the same. Authentic Hadith and the Quran are the same, therefore being the two authoritative sources of Islamic law.
Are you serious? If he's watching me, he's a fool. You compare the garbages to the Quran, you say they are the same. Afala ta'qilun? But this guy will have the authority to say all this because you guys don't study. Because you don't learn. You don't study the book. There's no padlock on this book. Afala yatadabbaruna al-Quran am ala qulubun akfaluha. On your heart, do you have padlocks? You are listening to these hypocritical scholars telling you cannot understand this book. Are you serious? This guy is sitting down, he says, the Quran and the Hadith are equal, are the same. Are you serious? Did he read chapter 17 verse 88? Did he hear what God says? That God says, say indeed, if the humans and the jinn will confer in order to bring the like of this Quran, they could not bring the like of it, even if they were assistant to each other. And you are now sitting down telling me the Quran and the Hadith the same. Now my simple question to this guy is the Hadith from God? Is it the book Sahih Bukhari? Is it the book of God? Sahih Muslim, is it the book of God? Jamia Tirmidhi, Abu Dawood, whatever garbage you have out there, is it the book of God? Hatu bur'anakum. Come and prove to us. Come and prove to us. Now let me expose what this guy is trying to do. This is what most of the scholars are doing. What the guy just said. That is what most of the scholars are doing. So let me expose that to you. Chapter 6, verse 112 to 113. Let's see what God says. وَكَذَلِكَ جَعَلْنَا لِكُلِّ نَبِيٍّ عَدُوًّا شَيَاطِينَ الْإِنسِ وَالْجِنِّ يُوحِي بَعْضُهُمْ إِلَى بَعْضٍ زُخْرَفَ الْقَوْلِ الْغُرُورَ. Then he says, وَلَوْ شَاءَ رَبُّكَ مَا فَعَلُوهُ. Then he says, فَذَرْهُمْ وَمَا يَفْتَرُونَ. Then it goes, وَلِتَصْغَى إِلَيْهِ آفِدَةُ الَّذِينَ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْآخِرَةِ. Then he says, وَلِيَرْدَهُ وَلِيَقْتَرِفُوا مَا هُمْ مُخْتَرِفُونَ. Now let's see what the verses mean. Chapter 6 verse 112 to 113. It says, and thus have we made enemies for every prophet. Listen carefully. Every prophet in history had enemies. Whether Ibrahim alayhi salam, whether Moses, whether Jesus, whether all of them, including Muhammad himself alayhi salam. Devils of the humans and the jinns inspiring to each other the decoration of delusive statement. Because they cannot bring the like of this Quran, what they can do is they have to inspire to each other the decoration of delusive speech, statements after the Quran. So they formulated a book called the Sahih Bukhari, the Sahih Muslim, a different book which is not from God. Now listen what God says. And if your Lord had willed, they would not have done it, which means it's a test. So leave them and what they fabricate. Leave them with their garbages. Let them follow their own thing. So that the minds of those who do not believe in the hereafter will incline to it. In order to approve it, just like they say some is sahih, they will say some is da'if, they will say some is qudsi, they will say some is ahsan. This is how they approve it themselves. Imam Albani from Albania, he was the top prominent scholar who was assigning the sahih. He said this is sahih, this is da'if. So if, according to the Sunnis, if the Imam Albani doesn't approve of certain type of hadith, they are not going to follow it. It wasn't the Prophet himself who assigned the hadith and said this is sahih, this is da'if. No, it's not from the Prophet. Wallahi lazim. Not from the Prophet. He never assigned any sahih to any hadith they have. Wallahi lazim. No scholar on earth can prove this. Right? Now, and to commit what they are committing, by following and approving the hadiths they have, the stories they have, they will approve it themselves. And they will commit what they are committing. Because when the hadith tell them to pray 5 times, they will do it. When the Quran says no. When the Hadith says go and kill somebody, they will do it. When the Quran says no. When the Hadith tell them you have to leave long beard, they will do it. When the Quran says no. So these are some of the examples which can make you differentiate and know people who don't believe in the hereafter and people who believe in the hereafter. Because those who don't believe in the hereafter, they will believe in such garbages. That is why chapter 17 verse 45 to 46, it says, وَإِذَا قَرَأْتَ الْقُرْآنَ جَعَلْنَا بَيْنَكَ وَبَيْنَ الَّذِينَ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْآخِرَةِ إِجَابًا مَسْتُورًا. And whenever you read the Quran, the Quran, we place a concealed partition between you and those who do not believe in the hereafter. وَجَعَلْنَا عَلَى قُلُوبِهِمْ أَكِنَّةً أَنْ يَفْقَهُوهُ وَفِي آذَانِهِمْ وَقْرًا وَإِذَا ذَكَرْتَ رَبَّكَ فِي الْقُرْآنِ وَعْدَهُ وَلَّوْا عَلَى أَدْبَارِهِمْ نُفُورًا. When you mention your Lord in the Quran alone, using the Quran alone to mention your Lord, they turn their backs in aversion. They hate it so much, because they want you to use the Quran and some garbages before they can believe what you're saying. So this is the problem. So now, I take you to chapter 45, verse 6, Surah Al-Jathiyah. Let's see what it says in chapter 45, verse 6. So it says, تِلْكَ آيَاتُ اللَّهِ نَتْلُوهَا عَلَيْكَ بِالْحَقِّ فَبِأَيِّ حَدِيثِ بَعْدَ اللَّهِ وَآيَاتِهِ يُؤْمِنُونَ. It says, and these are the verses of God which we recite to you, Muhammad alayhi salam, in truth. Because Muhammad received the verses of God, right? And it has been recited to him in truth. Now God is asking a question. So in which hadith, in which discourse, فَبِأَيِّ hadith, in which hadith, after God and his verses, after Allah and his verses, will they believe? So if you tell me you believe in Sahih Bukhari, you are a hypocrite and a mushrik. If you tell me you believe in any other hadith, Sahih Muslim, Tirmidhi, whatever, you are a mushrik and a hypocrite. Wallahi lazim. Because this is a simple question to you. فَبِأَيِّ حَدِيثِ بَعْدَ اللَّهِ وَآيَاتِهِ يُؤْمِنُونَ. The hadith you have, Sahih Bukhari, are they the verses of God? Hatu bur'anakum. Come and prove to us. Hypocrites. Let's move on. So I'm going to play some videos from the hadith scholars to show you what they say concerning their hadith. Is it reliable or not? Let's see what they say. Let's see what your so-called scholars, they say. Are the hadith reliable or not? Let's find out. So I'm going to play this scholar. His name is Mumtaz ul Haq. I think he's from Pakistan. So let's see what he says concerning this issue.
People make such claims on the internet or all over the world. What they're really saying, don't follow Abu Hanifa, don't follow Shafi, don't follow Imam Malik, don't follow Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal, follow Sahih Hadith only. But oh, you don't know whether that Hadith is really Sahih. You don't know whether that Hadith is mansukh or not. And even if it is classified as Sahih, it's not been classified as Sahih by Rasulullah. It's been classified as Sahih by other muhaddisun. So if you're going to follow another man's opinion at the end of the day, then what's wrong with following the opinion of a man whose opinion has already been followed for 12 centuries? So we can't get away from the fact that all of us are blind followers, and we have no choice but to be blind followers. Because if somebody says this is Sahih Hadith, how are you going to guarantee 100% it is Sahih? It's not, the Prophet didn't say it, another man said it. And Imam Bukhari, rahimahullah, for example, in his compilation, there are 8-9 chains. Imam Bukhari didn't meet them all. He only had to base his judgment on what he heard, hearsay. So you have to place your trust blindly on Imam Abu Hanifa or Albani or other muhaddisun or bin Baz, that what he is saying is Sahih. And is it really Sahih? You can argue all night and all day till Qiyamah, and you will go round and round. We've got no choice but to place blind trust.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, what kind of rubbish is this? This guy, Mumtaz ul Haq, is saying you, the hadith followers, are blind followers. Yes, you are. Indeed. God is simple asking you, فَبِأَيِّ حَدِيثِ بَعْدَ اللَّهِ وَآيَاتِهِ يُؤْمِنُونَ. God is asking a simple question. In which hadith, after God and his verses, which is the Quran, will they believe? And you claim you believe in Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim. Somebody who has never met the Prophet. Somebody who even the chain of narrations he has, he didn't meet them all. He has never met the Prophet, and he has never even met all of the people he got the hadith from. You place your trust blindly. You follow with your whole heart blindly. From these garbages telling you the Prophet did this, he married 6-year-old girl and slept with her at 9 years old. You calling your Prophet a pedophile? Tell me, which of your scholars is marrying a 6-year-old girl? Let them follow the Sunnah, let's see. Hypocrites. The guy is telling you you are all blind followers. The Sunni, the Shia, the Tariqa, all of you. Yes. Wallahi. I'm repeating to you, none of your scholars in this world, wallahi, can defeat me one-on-one in the dialogue. Wallahi lazim. Wallahi, I will resign from Islam if any of your scholars from the sector can defeat me one-on-one in a dialogue. I don't need debate. I need a dialogue. One-on-one. You are looking at me, I'm looking at you. No referee. And see how I will expose you that day with your foolishness, following things blindly, and you claim you are guided. Afala ta'qilun? Is it what God gave you? God is giving you a book. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. That is a book wherein there is no doubt. You're fooling yourself, following something which has doubt, and you claim you are guided. Keep following your rubbish. Cross my path and see.